Hey, what's up, adventure chasers? This is Trace and Cam. Welcome back to our walk around. Today, Cam and I are going to talk to you about a 2025 Basecamp 20Xe. I'm going to take on the outside, spend a little time with you, amplifying some of the features and the benefits on the exterior of this rig. Cam's going to follow that up with an amazing inside walk around, tighten you up a little bit, educating you on the features and benefits on the inside. That being said, we're going to go ahead and jump right into this walk around on the 2025 Basecamp. I want to give you some insights on this. So come on, let's go and have some fun. All right, 2025 Basecamp. This rig right here is definitely built for the adventure seekers. And what I mean by that, it's built for those who love the off-road or off-grid type experiences when you're chasing fun, freedom, adventure. Now, it's not just made exclusive to that, but here's the thing. If you're into that type of stuff, this rig's going to be ideal for it. I'm going to tell you a little bit why it's going to be ideal. First of all, let's talk about the size of this unit. It's just a little over 20 feet tall, 20 feet long in terms of length of the trailer. On the height, it's about 9 feet, 5 inches tall from the ground to the top of the AC unit. So it's not a super tall unit, but on the interior, it's 6 foot 7 inches in height. So it's pretty capable for most folks in terms of the interior height. And it's about 7'6" on the width on the inside. So there's a lot of wiggle room in there. I'm going to let Cam talk about that inside, but I did want to share some of those dimensions for you. Right when we jump into the outside, a couple of things that I want to point out that kind of really make this Basecamp ideal for chasing the wild things. First of all, you're going to have a little 3-inch lift on it to get you a little bit off the ground. You're going to have some really nice aggressive tires here with some knobbies on it to give you ideal traction as well. The Basecamp has got a nice departure angle on the rear, so if you're off-road and driven, and look, all the things under the Basecamp are enclosed, okay? So under here, you're going to have gray tank, you're going to have your black water waste tank, you're going to have your potable water tank, and you're going to have some batteries. Those are all encased and protected in there, so that if you hit something or scrape something, all that stuff is going to be protected. So you've got that going for you as well. On the outside here, right out on the passenger side, you're going to have a spray port. It's going to have hot and cold water for you. There's a little hose port that's just going to quick connect right in there and give you the ability to use hot and cold water on the outside of the Basecamp. Right next to that is just this Truma hot water heater exhaust system, just to allow your exhaust of your hot water. Up there, you've got your tempered protective glasses, solar protection wrap all the way around the Basecamp. And then above that, you've got that Keter railing up top. And what's going to be really nice about that Keter railing, I want to talk about this real quick, especially right now, Airstream is including a huge custom tent that can serve as an awning and additional real estate outside the Basecamp. And you would use that Keter railing to put that tent. Now that tent's like a $2,800 value. That comes with Basecamp purchases at least through October of 2025. Who knows, it might be extended. But in addition to that tent, if you wanted to go to the Airstream store and get different types of awnings, you could actually put an awning, tie it into that Keter rail. You could do this side, you could do the rear, or you could do the other side. So there's all kinds of things that can allow you to amplify your cover and your real estate using that Keter railing there. Also, right here, you're going to have a nice 110 outlet. Now, this 110 outlet is a GFCI outlet. What makes that unique, and I want to point this out real quick. Thanks for zooming in there, Cam. This is a 110 outlet that's going to work whether you're plugged in to shore power or whether you're not. The inverter here, I haven't talked about any of those fixings, and trust me, I will here in a few. But the inverter on this Basecamp is going to allow you to run all of your outlets plus all the fixings in here just like you were plugged into shore power. So you don't need it. It's loaded with solar and inverters, and I'm going to talk about that in a minute. But you do got that 110 outlet for any types of things that you want to use outside when you're hanging outside your trailer. Not going to talk about the inside, but right here as we pass this door, I do want to mention that, yeah, you've got the nice secure door, but you've got a bug net here that closes on the door entry. So as you're creating ventilation and open up airflow through the coach, you can keep the insects out with that nice little bug screen there as well. Just going to close this door. Want to point out you got a nice grab handle here at the door. You've got a nice bright LED security light above that. You've got the double step entrance here, lowrider, nice entry and segue into the coach. The Basecamp has double locks here for security, but it also has a hinged piece right here where you can secure the door. So if you're coming and going and you just don't want the wind to hit that door, close it or move the door, that can secure it. And then you've got your bug screen, or you have your access unimpeded back into the Basecamp. As we move along right here, this is the stone guards to protect, you know, the core of the Basecamp. This also has an additional coating onto the stone guard just to help offset, you know, any things that you might spin up off the tires. Just extend the lifespan of that and giving it some extra protection. You're going to have your solar windows with your stone tempered glass protectors as well to keep stuff from affecting the windows. As we move a little bit closer to the front, a couple things to point out is, like in all Airstreams, there's a full spare tire with a quick release, easy access. So should you have an issue on the way to the fun stuff, you can get back up and running quick because you have a full spare tire. You've got a little anchor hook here. You can tie off, leash up one of your animals, or use that in the way that you want. Here at the front of the coach, a couple things I like to point out is with the Airstream propane shroud on the Basecamp, it's kind of unique. Now look, it comes with 20-pound propane tank, okay? And this system, being that it's designed to be fully sustainable and off-grid, you can run your heat with the propane, or you can run your heat with electric. Either way, it's up to you. So if you don't want to take propane, this rig's ready to go, utilizing everything, including the heat, without propane. And you can use it as storage. Right here on the side of this propane shroud, kind of cool. It's got a little storage area, and you know how clutch storage is with any trailer. Wherever you can put something is ideal, and this has it for you right here, tethered up on the side. It's got the electric tongue jack that's common with the Airstreams with your light. It's a 2 5/16 ball that you need for your hitch. Look, something else that's really nice about the Basecamp is the hitch weight. It's only about 505 pounds. That means a little SUV or a small truck can definitely pull this. And while we're talking about this, it's a good time to tell you a little bit about these stats that actually mean something. So on this coach, it is a 4,500 gross vehicle weight rating. So that would be fully loaded. Unloaded, this is around 3,750 pounds before you put any of your beanie weenies in there or any load up with any of your gear. Everybody's gear weight's a little different. So you got about 750 pounds of cargo carrying, I think, if my math is right. And that's going to become useful as we show you the hatch in the back, how you can load some cargo up and some stuff. But my point is, it's a really lightweight travel trailer with a lot of fixings on it. It can sleep a lot of people for the size, and that's going to make life for you easier. One, while you're pulling it, traveling with it. Two, when you get to the fun spot and you go to park it and put it in place, it's going to be so much easier on you navigating, parking it, staging it, and then plus, this size of rig is going to give those extreme adventure seekers the ability to go deep in the woods where the wild things are, whether that's whitewater rafting, mountain biking, or just getting out there deep where it's more quiet. This travel trailer is going to give you the ability to do that. Look, might as well finish off telling you the rest of the story, at least on the sustainability of this, right? So this unit has 600 watts of solar on top of an aluminum roof with a rig that's been put together with thousands of rivets, hundreds of hours of labor. And that 600 watts of solar panel is going to feed into a 3,000 watt inverter. And then you're going to get, like, I think 13.4 kilowatt hours of lithium batteries in this, heated, right? So heated battery, so you can use it, you know, throughout all types of temperatures and use it. So what that means for you is that's going to give you the ability to run this rig off grid out in the woods without being hooked up to any power source, maybe 3 to 7 days based on power and how much you're using for the 24 hours. But folks that like to get off grid, they really like the comfort and flexibility of having solar and use of their coach without a generator. And that's what the Basecamp really is all about, is giving you that kind of sustainability in a small footprint with a lot of fixings on it, a lot of features, so we can amplify the fun, freedom, and adventure that you're chasing. All right, we're going to finish up real quick, a couple more minutes just on the exterior here. I want to point out, we've got that LPG port cam right there. That's a nice little quick connect for folks that got Blackstone griddles and grills, anything that uses propane propellant in your cooktops and things like that. That's ideal. You can stage and set up there as well. Over here on this side of the Basecamp, this is the area where your wastewater holding tank, black and gray water valves are. We also got a little storage here, and Cam, there's the wastewater storage hose container. You can stuff your wastewater hose in there with maybe some gloves. Storage is everything, so Airstream drops a little bit of storage right there that you can use. You have an exterior LED light, so if you're doing any of this in the early morning hours in the evening, you're going to have light right here. And then you've got your black and your gray tank flushes right there as well. Right above that is that 30 amp smart plug. So this is going to take a 30 amp when you're using smart plug power, and that Airstream smart plug is amazing. It just clips right in. It's got 22 times the connectivity of those other brands out there that have the traditional twist lock type powers. So you're going to get better connectivity. You're going to get some show and tell on some alerts in terms of lighting, whether it's low voltage or polarity, just to help you understand what you have coming in. But wow, you know, Airstream tries to think of those small things to make the big things so good for you. And it starts and stops with all the features, and especially with that smart plug. You've got a lot of clearance right here over these aggressive tires and that wheel well with that lift. That way you've got some flex and bounce in there for that tire to move up and down, just keeping that mentality of that off the grid potentially in mind. As we finish up here towards the rear, it does have a data port area. So if you've got internet connection or stuff that you want to run, or maybe you are at a campsite, it has some accessibility through some cable or something, you can still run it through there. Right next to that is the potable water fill, fresh water fill. So this has 3 different tanks on it, right? It's got a gray tank, it's got a black water waste tank, and it's got a freshwater fill tank. We talked about this coach being ideal for going off grid and chasing the wild things. Well, of course, if you're out there, you probably don't have water hookups. So you need to bring that stuff with you. So this has got about 21-gallon freshwater tank, 23 gray, and I think the 28 black. They're all in the 20s primarily in there, but they're going to give you some sustainability when you need it. Potable freshwater fill that's lockable. Right next to that is your city water fill. So if you're somewhere where you've got fresh water, you just tap in right there. There's a water pressure regulator to make sure that everything's protected inside in case it was high pressure, but it's also going to give you the kind of pressure that you need to operate things with water on the inside. And next to that is a waste tank flush, black water flush. This is awesome. You're going to put in a hose here. It's got spinners in there and valves, and it'll just flush down all that residual waste and get a nice clean black tank cleans when you come out. That's always clutch for Airstreamers, knowing that because they take care of their things, that they can get that nice fresh or that black tank fully cleaned with that flush. As we come around here to the rear, last few things I'd like to amplify is, man, those aluminum encased LED lights here in the rear look really, really good. And in the back, how can you not have a fully off-the-road sustainable type small rig if you don't have a hatch that's got the ability to bring in some gear, right? So show them that, Cam, right here when you open up the door. This is a rear hatch. You've got a bug screen right here, but this hatch is going to allow you to throw in different types of gear, maybe a kayak. It's got L-tracks in there where you can lock stuff in. Cam may go over a little bit of that when he does the interior walk around. And I'm not going to step too much further into the coach, but I did want to show off the rear hatch and show that it's a great access for cargo, and also jumping in and out of the coach as well, with some storage, rear window, and the hatch as well. Look, at the end of the day, this is designed and built for those folks looking for a lightweight travel trailer that's fully sustainable, that can sleep up to 4 people, no problem, that's going to get them to where the fun stuff is, which sometimes is out there. That's about all I got on the exterior. We're going to follow up with Cam getting on the inside. He's going to do an amazing job knocking out some features and benefits on the inside of this Basecamp. And check back with Airstream Charlotte, man. We'd appreciate the love as we continue to do these walkarounds and try to come up with some content to be helpful. We always look forward to your suggestions and comments. Check us out on YouTube. Follow our page at Airstream Charlotte, man. It would mean the most to us. Thank you so much, and we look forward to you, Cam, and what you got.
Welcome back, my thrill seekers. Trace did an amazing job talking about the exterior of this Basecamp Xe. So you guys know my job. I'm here to talk about the interior. Just before we take a step inside and check out what we have in store, I always want to point this out. Right here, this sticker, that's going to be a certified green status for us. You see, we're at the emerald level. What this means for you is when we're building these trailers here at Jackson Center, Ohio, there's not going to be any terrible off gases. There's not going to be any formaldehyde, no terrible chemicals that are used during the production of this trailer. It's going to be standard dowel pins, screws, rivets, all secure fasteners that won't be all glues and everything that'll give you terrible off gases and terrible chemicals that you should never be breathing in. Another great thing about this is the insulation that we use here. So the insulation is never going to support the mold. Well, it'll resist, excuse me, the mold, the growth of mold or mildew with the coach. So you don't really have to worry too much about anything molding over or getting a mildew smell or anything like that. Airstream tries to make sure everybody is well taken care of when it comes to that aspect. Let's go ahead and take a step inside and check out what we have in store. So this is going to be the Basecamp Xe. We're going to be in the sandstone. So it's going to be one of the 2 color packages that you have available. So it's going to be the lighter of the 2. You're going to have some light cushions up here and some light cushions in the back. Some light wood tones. It's beautiful. So let's go ahead and point to this real quick. So if you guys watch the other Basecamp video, you notice that we're going to have a different battery connect system. There's going to be a little bit different all right in here. So it's going to have the same battery switch as most of my other trailers. Just going to be a press of the button to cut everything on or off. Right above that, that's going to be my JBL speaker system. So unlike all my other Basecamps, you're going to have some stereo in here. You're going to be able to connect to that Bluetooth, play some music through all the beautiful speakers that are around. You have one speaker there, some more speakers throughout, and the sound quality is amazing, guys. Like, you just can't understand. Up top, you're going to have some more switches. And then there's going to be a little furnace hole down here. So that's going to be somewhere that some of that hot heat comes out from. So while we're up here, we'll just go ahead and talk about this table, this dinette. So this dinette is awesome. Nice wraparound bench seating. You're going to have these 3 windows here that you'll be able to look out as well. I have one of my shades up so you guys can kind of see what that looks like when you get it all pulled up. See, it's completely blacked out. Can't see anything in or out. So it's going to be nice for you guys if you're trying to camp or trying to have some privacy, trying to take a nap, whatever it may be. And then you can get these all zipped up and Velcroed in. You'll be good to go. This table right here is amazing. You'll be able to open up this first fork down here on the bottom, be able to swivel around if you need to. And then this table will also drop down onto these metal pegs down below. And once that table gets dropped down, you're going to have a custom topper that fits this table perfectly. So you'll be able to convert this into a bed, get some extra campers in with you if you would like whenever you're out there enjoying your fun, freedom, and adventure. So you have that cargo netting throughout. That's going to be signature of the Basecamp. They always want to make sure that you're not confined to regular cabinetry space. So that way, if you want to put some fly fishing reels up there, anything kind of crazy that won't necessarily fit in your standard cabinetry, it'll fit up there really nicely. Going to have 12-volt fridges. So it's going to be really nice as well because it's not going to take too much of an electrical draw as you're out there camping. It takes about 2 hours to get to its full cooling temperature. Then after that, it's really not taking anything off the battery. Some more storage compartments down below. These are all press in, so press them in, lock them in, press them out. get them unlocked, open everything up. Down below, it's going to be your breaker box and fuse panel. These fuse panels are awesome. So I know anybody that's ever messed with a fuse panel before, you go in and pull out a fuse, check it, pull out the next fuse, check it. Nice thing with this is there's going to be an LED indicator on the side of these fuses. It'll let you know exactly which one is blown, so you're not playing your guessing game. Beside that, there's going to be two switches. That's going to be your tank heater. So that's going to be for your fresh and your gray/black tank. So there's going to be heaters on those tanks. That way, if you were out doing a little bit of winter camping, you can get those tanks heated up. Don't have to worry about anything freezing over too much. Going to have some USB and USB-Cs there. GFCI outlet. Airstream tries to make sure they incorporate everything that you might need. Right here up top, going to have this max air exhaust vent. These exhaust vents are awesome, pulling out about 720 cubic feet of air per minute. So it'll really cool down everything on the inside. You get that door open with that screen. You get this rear door open with that screen. I know Trey showed you guys those. You get those open, get these side windows open. It'll really cool down in a quick minute here. Beautiful mirror here right on the outside of this wet bath configuration that we have. Going to have a curtain that pulls around, keeps all the water and everything in for you. Some pockets in there. Also going to have a nice little clothesline. So if you're out wanting to put your bathing suits up there, get it all hung up, dry. So do a little drip dry for you. There's going to be another vent in there. If you're taking a hot, steamy shower, wanting to get all that hot steam out, so it's not making the coach feel all muggy on the inside. That toilet paper holder is amazing, so it's going to keep everything nice and dry for you as you're taking your shower. There's going to be an L-track system up here as well, so you could always hang up some of your shower gear if you needed to right up top. Keep it out the way. Airstream tries to think of all the little things. Speaking of the little things, going to have some D-rings down here. Going to have some more throughout the back. Going to have another L-track system. So that's going to be the huge advantage of that back door here. So with that back door, you can slide in all your larger cargo, whether it be your mountain bikes, kayaks, any things like that. Get it all tied down with these D-rings and this L-track system, and you're all good to go. You don't have to worry about junking up the back of your truck bed if you have a truck bed, or camping with the SUV. Guess what? You still have a little mini garage with you as you're camping. It's amazing. So here with the Basecamp Xe, we're also going to have an induction cooktop burner. So that's going to be something a little bit different from the Xe, from the regular X, because with that regular X, you had two gas burners on top. Still going to get that power tower right there. That's awesome. Get any one of your appliances plugged in. That's going to have the USB-C and USB outlets. Still going to be a very large sink here. Some more storage up underneath. Nice silverware holder, so that way you don't have to worry about where all your things are going. Get that tucked back up underneath. And down below here, see, this is going to be a little bit different as well. So one thing that you guys might notice right off the rip would be my table legs. So before, in my other Basecamp configurations, the regular X, you guys remember the table legs and everything were stored right up under this bench. So it's going to be a little bit different with the XC, because this is where we're going to be housing all of our batteries and inverters and everything. So that way you don't have to worry about anything getting too cold with the temperatures. It's all stored right here inside, and you'll be able to power up everything really nicely. So your table legs are going to be here. Get those table legs in right there. That'd be where you would be either using those long set of table legs or the short set of table legs to convert it into a bed, or the long set to eat or do some work or anything that you might need to do. This is going to be pretty much the same as my Basecamp X. So just going to push this out, give you a little bit of ventilation, especially when you get that exhaust fan on. So you'll have one window on this side that'll do that, and a window on the other side that'll do the same thing. Get that closed up. Beautiful cargo netting throughout. Going to have this Coleman Mach AC. So with the Basecamp Xe, everything is going to be able to be powered off that battery. So you're going to have all that extra battery, all the extra lithium, all the extra solar on top, 3,000 watt inverter, soft starts on the AC. So if you were out and you wanted to go chase some of the wild things in the middle of nowhere, guess what? You'd be able to still use everything here on board. And that's the amazing thing about the Basecamp Xe. It lets you push your boundaries a little bit farther than you would even expect. Just going to have some wardrobe space here. These shelves are adjustable, so if you wanted to get them out the way, change the sizes of them. Going to have a hanging line right there, so it's going to be a rib structure, so that way your clothes don't go flying all over the place. Get those clothes back up. And then guys come back around this way, show you some more of these panels back here. So you're going to have your sea level 2 monitor. This is going to be able to monitor your battery, your fresh tank, gray tank, black tank. Turn on and off your water pump here. This screen above it, this is going to be your Victron MPPT system. MPPT, that's going to be your maximum power point tracking. It'll let you know everything that's going on with your coach. So you can see exactly what's inverting, see how much battery power you're using at any given time. Go back to the menu or the pages. So yeah, you can see exactly what's going on. You can see exactly that our solar panels are bringing some in to our battery, and it's still going up and using it into the inverting. So you can see exactly how much load we're using. You can check the battery system, the statuses, AC loads. It'd be amazing for you. And there's going to be an app as well that you guys would be able to utilize, so you don't have to always come back to this screen. And then down below that, it's going to be that Truma system that we were talking about on the outside with the exhaust. So there's going to be a few different configurations that you have here. So this first one, this flashing right there, that's going to be for the inside temperature. So that'd be how you adjust the temperatures. You're just going to press this knob. This is how you adjust the temperatures, turn it on, off. You get it on, change the temperature, whatever you would like. Let's go back. Next one right here, this flashing, that's going to be for your water heater. Ooh, accidentally scrolled back one. It's going to be for your water heater. So you have an eco mode, you have a hot mode, and you have a boost mode. That boost mode is going to come in really nice for you guys if you're just now turning on the water heater and you're trying to take a shower really quick. So then right here, this is going to be how you're changing exactly what that water heater is going to be using. So you can use the LP tank that's up front. You can use one electrical unit. That's going to be your mix 1. You can use the LP tank and 2 electrical units. That's going to be your mix 2. You do just 1 electrical unit or 2 electrical units. So it really allows you to convert and use exactly what you need at any given time. And then this right here is going to be the vent. Be able to turn that vent on for that water heater and everything. Make sure everything's getting exhausted nicely for you. Still those JBL speakers throughout. Going to have some more ports down below. So there's going to be USB, USB-C. So whenever you get this bed converted and you'll be able to sleep at night, you're going to have another one on the other side. So that way, whenever it's time to pack it up for the night, you have somewhere to charge. Another nice thing about the Basecamp, not a lot of people notice until I bring it up to them whenever they're coming and check us out, is you don't always have to get this bed converted at the end of the day. If you've had a long day out camping, just tired, don't feel like converting the bed, these are actually great spaces for it to be 2 individual twins if you wanted to. So still, just take the cushions off the back. I would lay the opposite way just so my feet have a little bit, so my head has a little bit more room. And then you can still use it as 2 twin beds. It's amazing for that function as well. So then down below, this is going to be pretty much the same as my Basecamp X. So it's going to be a cooler port. So you load up some ice, load up some beers, load up some sandwiches, whatever it is. So that way, when you're out camping and chasing the wild things, you don't have to come all the way into the camper if you don't want to come access your fridge. You just open up this back door, grab whatever you need, and keep the adventure going. That's pretty much going to cover it up for me today. It's going to be the Basecamp Xe. I appreciate you guys coming out, tuning in, and checking us out. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Stay tuned for more. And let us know what we could be doing differently. Is there something that you want to see that's different from the videos, or you want us to go in depth with something a little bit more? Let us know down in the comments, and we'll be happy to do so. Thank you guys for checking us out. See you next time.